stuff. I'm going to be on my own, raise my kids. And some people that are too wealthy that they feel that they can do it, because we've seen a lot of actresses recently now that were married before, got divorced, and probably they've not seen what they're looking for. But there is one thing that they know for sure, and that is that they want kids. And they go ahead and they have kids. So people have reasons, but we are finding out what we're here to discuss is these reasons. Is it a progressive mindset, or is it a mindset that can actually derail people? I don't know what you guys think.
Okay, this particular issue, I remember the day we saw the picture of Chika Ike when she actually posted her picture with her baby, the bomb, yeah? Everybody started talking. Some people started saying, why would Chika go have a child out of wedlock and all that? Some people were like, are you guys that daft? You don't know that Chika is almost 40 and you are still, blaming her for getting pregnant at this age. Chika has been married. She's been married before, and she got separated for her husband because of whatever. I don't know. They said they were having some differences, okay? So she got separated from the husband and now decided to have a child. We also have someone like Iniedo that she already have her own baby girl. I remember on that part, on this show, Young African and famous South Africa. Someone asked her a question. Do you have a child? Do you have children? She said, yes, I have a child. And now the person kept on asking, one guy there kept on asking, who is the father? Lewis. Okay, so Lewis, who is the father of your... He said, it's just me and my child. I mean, why will you keep on asking someone question? Like, I have a child, and that's it for
What's
me.
What's your business?
What's your business? Why are you asking me? So, now if you ask me, if it's by choice, yes, this is someone that decided that at this age, I don't think I need someone to tell me what to do. This is what I want for myself. You're not married, because if you're married, maybe your husband will impregnate you and you have your own child. But at a certain age, let's say from 35, 40, 45, you've decided that, the man is not forthcoming, or the man of my dream, just like Priska said, is not here. So why would I? Yeah. So it's better for me to, go get pregnant and have my own child. But your clock is ticking, and if it gets to some point, you might not be able to get pregnant again. So if it's by choice, I think it's okay for me, depending on the reason why you are going for it. Now, for the people that are saying that they've not seen the man of their dreams and all that, well, I'm a man with a lot of people that have suitors lined up for them, but they keep rejecting them because of one reason or the other. Now, for that people, I don't know what their problem or problems are, you get? But if it's because there is nobody there for you, as a husband, as a partner, and you decide, I don't want to lose out on this end, and I equally don't want to lose out not having a child, I think you can go for it. If you ask me, it's not problematic. It will be a problem when you don't have the resources to train that child. When you would depend on your brothers, on your sister, or any friend that you see around. Because I've seen people make it as an excuse. Oh, I'm a single mother. Please find something for me. No. That is when it becomes a problem. But it's not a problem if you know that you are capable financially to take care of that kid. It should not be a problem. You understand? Because I remember there was a day we raised this issue in one of the programs. Somebody asked a question. So, join if he's a guy, if he's a boy. Because but my own is that are you expecting a woman to stay childless because you're gonna because for
but not really which umunna isn't that supposed to be joining though, because she's not married now, so technically the child belongs to her father.
Yeah, it belongs to her father, but even always the that particular kindred. Yeah, you understand? So but my own is okay, we are not longer in that era where people will ask, who is my father? If you as a woman, if you are well-to-do, like he's okay financially, I don't think he will wake up to ask you, he's my father. He's my father. The child will not even have enough to eat. and all that. But if you ask who is my father once and twice, your mom will be like, okay, he's not here. In fact, he's not here. He's dead. You will not even ask about him again because, of course, you have everything at your beck and call. So to me, as a woman, and you see that no man is coming your way in the sense of getting married to you, and you feel that your time is ticking, before mother have a menopause, the best thing for you is for you to get pregnant. That is if you have the means, if you have the financial capability to take care of yourself while pregnant, and then to take care of the child. It's not easy, whether boy or girl child. So these are the things you should consider. But once the financial strength is not there, I think it becomes a problem, because you just be looking for people to take care of the baby and the child. Of course, the bills there too.
Before you decide to be a single mother, you should have prepared for it. Because before you decide, you should have prepared for it. And I think one of the reasons why people...
Go on.
Okay, like I said, before you decide to be a single mother, it's something that you have to prepare for it. You can't just wake up one morning and say you want to become a single mother. Then one of the reasons why people make decision of becoming a single mother is maybe because they are empowered. Women who are empowered and they've seen that, okay, they have the capability to raise a child. They don't need a partner because they have the money, they have everything. They've built their career to a standard. They can take care of a child. They can give a child the life the child wants. They can decide to be a single mother. But I would say that being a single mother is progressive and problematic.
Okay.
As for the start point, you can give the child everything. Everything will be fine. You are providing the child with whatever the child wants. But one thing we should know is that money don't buy happiness. I have had an experience before. When I was still a little girl. My dad wasn't there. So as I was growing around about 9 years or so, I started feeling the absence of my dad. My mother was giving me everything I needed then, but I needed my father. I don't even know how my father looks like. But then I do feel his presence. I want this love. So at some point, your child will start asking you, where is my dad? You said in this era, children don't ask. They will definitely ask.
That's what I said. If they ask and you give them the answer you give them,
you have to not lie to them that your father is late.
Your father is late and he's late. Father, for Christ's sake, he's not late.
But you know that children
come back to get a sperm to fertilize your egg, and you tell your children
and
I got you from a donated. Your father is late, as far as I'm concerned. Yes, so be it. No, go ahead with your own.
What if your father is not there?
Yes, and if your father, for example, now the man is not late. Do you know that children have a way of digging deep to know who their father is?
Okay.
And at the end of the day, they now find out that their father is still alive. They might just hate you for the rest of their life.
Okay. How will you find out? Now,
social media is there. Definitely, the people will talk about it. People will talk about it. So when they find out what happens next, so there is problem. You cannot give a child everything.
I gave an instance of a case where you went to the sperm bank. Nobody knew where you went to.
Except that.
Nobody, because this
like
is
that.
what you want. And maybe you don't want anybody to come tomorrow to claim ownership of that child. And this is what you want for yourself. So you decide, why not? I can go there and get the insemination or whatever they call it. And then you have your own child. So how would that son or the child grow up tomorrow? And will she go to the sperm bank? I'm just asking. But then again,
except in cases like that. But apart from that, being a single mother, like I would still say, is progressive, and at some point your child will want that father figure. You see, that father figure is always important. At some point, your child wants somebody they want to call my father.
Okay.
And imagine now, your child goes to school and they're having PTA meeting. People are coming, or maybe the children talks about their dad. My dad did this. My dad bought me this. And your child keep wondering, where is my own father? So at some point, that child wants to have somebody to to have that emotional connect. I don't know. So emotional challenge can actually be a challenge.
Okay.
So that's the problem. Yeah, of course. The mother don't have problem.
When they keep asking you the question.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So the mother don't really have problem. Like me, I personally, all these partner, answering to somebody, I don't even like it.
So you are.
If I have my way, I want to be. But the thing is that when your child grows up, he carries that mentality. People that maybe children that single parents raise, they have different mentality. They believe they can do things on their own. They don't depend on anybody. They grow. And your mother is the only person, is your only role model. And you learn from her strengths. You grow up and you don't want to answer to anybody. Even if you marry, you want to do things on your own. Even if your husband, like, you are building your career, your husband doesn't give you you don't care. So children grow that maybe children who are groomed by single mothers, they grow up with that mentality. It will be hard for them, to answer to their husband. They want to build themselves, answer to themselves alone. So there is progressive aspect of it, and there is problematic too. It is problematic too. So I will put it that way.
Okay, so it's two sides of a coin. For you, it can either be problematic or progressive.
Yes, of course.
What about you?
I think for me, I did not see anything wrong with single motherhood, because sometimes when you look at it, it's not really the lady's fault. Sometimes some people enter into the single mother, being a single mother, due to maybe the person that they were in relationship with. At the process, the lady might got pregnant, the guy will say, I beg, remove that thing.
That one is no longer by choice now.
What circumstance?
Yeah.
So when you look at it, that area, the person can decide to keep the baby. Then, for the people that see it as a choice, yes, there are some people that decide not to have anything to do with men, their wahala and all the rest. Instead of entering marriage tomorrow and the next day, the person will start shouting on my head. It's better I will just be on my own. I can cater for the baby or the girl or the child I'm going to give birth to. It's choice. Well, so the person can just decide to.
I see that she's talking out of experience, and of course, I wouldn't blame her. That's why she said there was a time in her life that she needed the father figure to be there, that love from the father. So you wouldn't blame her. So that's why she said it is progressive in the sense that, like, as she is right now, she would prefer to be a single mother. Because
is that why? Is it because of your background?
It's not about my. Okay, I can say that my background also has contributed to it.
Exactly.
But majorly it is not about my background, because partners these days, I just want to build my career. If a woman has money, she's empowered, you have everything you want, what do you need? Okay, why do people even need husband? Is it not to produce children? Not just for probation. I know, but
you need a partner for companionship,
and apart from
so
that,
just for procreation.
and you know that you can actually get whatever you want outside there. If not that, maybe going out in the scene and all of that. What else do we need when you have even some friends are even better than partners? So what I'm not saying that is good though, but when you build your standard, like the kind of life you've got, the kind of life you want, you will get to a point that having a man is nothing. Like, you don't even need a man in your life. You can do things. You pay your bills. They're the one paying your rent. You're the one doing everything for yourself.
Men will come for you. I know we are in a society where we always like to do things through the normal process of, you as a young lady, you get to a certain age and a man will come and ask for your hand in marriage. You get married and you start having your kids, building your own family. But now I'm seeing it in such a way that when it's not working out as planned, like as we usually plan it to be, and now you're getting to a certain age as a lady and you've built your career, you have the capability, financial capability, you are empowered, you are employed, you can take care of yourself and also of your child or children, as the case may be, because I've seen people that will even go for two at the same time. because they don't want to like stress themselves again. Just once they get the two, they start nurturing them, and when they get mature, they have 2 kids. Some people will go for one, after one they will go for another one. You get the point. So it depends on what you want for yourself, and then your financial capability. Because I say when it will become problematic for me is when you don't have the resources to take care of that child. Now, if you have the resources to take care of the child, I don't see any reason. Because I've seen a woman that she got married, and that marriage she didn't produce any child, and she left the marriage. So the man got married again. I don't know about the man, but I'm talking about the lady now. And when she was approaching a certain age, she said she's no longer interested in getting married again because she was heartbroken from what happened between she and the husband. And she went and do the IVF stuff. She got her own child. Now the child is living big. She built a house for the boy even before he graduated from school because she had the financial capability to do that. So many things there, even taking care of the school fees, everything, it was on her. So you see that most time it's not that problematic when you have the resources to take care of the child.
Yes. Okay, Amoma is here. She's joining us from from space, from the moon. Amoma, how are you doing?
I'm fine. Good afternoon.
Yeah, okay. So Chinima is here. God's gifts and joy that here too. So we're talking about
good afternoon, house.
So these are my joining us. Okay, so we're talking about single motherhood by choice. If it's progressive or problematic, what do you think?
Well, it's in as much as it is a two-way thing. I think it's progressive.
Okay. Why?
Yeah. The world is changing, and not every norm should remain the way it is. If you notice, most old people are angry, lonely old people. That's because some of them lack the people who would look their face in their age.
Okay.
And if you check it, most men, even if they are unable to have wives, some of them do have kids. So during the old age, you would see, even the ones that are divorced, you hear the norms that when a child grows up, he or she would look for the father. And because of that, the world has been, if you notice it, most marriages are really crumbling, though we don't pray for that. But because of that, let the woman not miss in 2 ways. The only problem comes when the woman is not able to take care of the child or don't do the necessary things to get the child solidified as per identity, so that he would not be among the leagues that people call butterfly that thinks themselves of a bird, So to me, in as much as it is a two-way thing, but it should be progressive. It is, so that some people would not die without a legacy.
Okay, all right. Yeah. All right, thank you very much, Amama, for joining us. We'll go on a short music break, and when we return, we'll continue. We'll still talk to you.
All right, thank you.
All right. Oh well, single motherhood by choice, is it progressive or is it problematic? And from what we've been discussing, it seems to me that it's actually 2 sides of a coin. That it can either be problematic or it can either be progressive. But I know that a lot of times the society do not accept it, because choosing to be a single mother, it's more like challenging the normal traditional stereotype, the normal traditional ways of doing things, because we know it's a family as a social unit. Man, now some people are saying they do not want it, and it's causing buzz. But when we come back, we're going to be looking at, does this decision have any effects on the kids? Because at the end of the day, I think the children are the most important. Mm-hmm. So what effects does he have even on the women that choose it? Do they regret it? Does he affect them? You're saying no. Okay.
They will not regret it. Nice.
They will not? Okay. Two Girls Aloud coming to you right here on ABS 88.5 FM. And there are focal points of discussion is still on single motherhood by choice, progressive, or problematic. Onye Ghana, you decide they are not single mother, not able. I na see in where you home dinner, in where you little dinner. Basically, that is what we are saying. You know, before the music break, I said, "Oh, we'll come back. We're going to be looking at how does he affect these children." You know, Chinema, you mentioned if you ask, you were saying something about if the child queries you about the whereabouts of the
father, yeah,
the father, you tell the person the papa don't die.
Because I don't know the kind of answer you're going to give your child, especially when you went through the sperm bank and all that.
I don't know.
Or maybe when they grow up to a certain age, you can explain to them. But while they are small, they might not understand what you're saying. You know. So I feel that it actually has some effect on both on the women, in as much as it's their choice, and also the children. The women is that it's gonna affect you emotionally and mentally because you are not pressurized to do the job of two people, like you as a woman and the husband. So it's going to affect you because you'll be under pressure. You are doing a whole lot of things. You are the one running around seeing that you train them in a morally suitable way. You are the one trying to discipline them, doing everything at a time. And all the complaint, everything they have, they're coming straight to you. Nobody else to talk to. It's only you that he or she knows. And then again, we talk about financial strain. Yeah, we say that you have to be capable financially for you to, decide to go into this kind of deal. But the truth is that sometimes, no matter how much you have, it's going to affect you financially because you are the one paying everything. If you are still staying in a rented apartment, you are the one that will pay the house rent. You are the one that will pay the school fees of that child. You are the one to buy the books, the clothing, everything. So financially, it's going to drain you also as a woman. Then we also have the way it's going to affect the children. We've been saying that. She has already mentioned some of it, but let me leave her to talk about the effect on the kids.
Okay, for the kids, first of all, they will have emotional challenges. Like, they will feel lonely because their dad is not there. They will get tired of only mommy. So most of them feel lonely. And most of those kids, they have low self-esteem. They have low self-esteem. And another challenge is that when they go to school, when they get their peers to talk about their father and then they don't know anything to say about their dad, it becomes a problem. And in most cases too, even their friends can bring up topics like, you don't talk about your father. Don't you have a father? What about you always talk about your mother? So it can make the child to start asking questions like, where is my dad and all of that. But most time it happens when they are still very tender. Like you said, when they grow up and you explain things to them, definitely they will
understand better, yeah.
And that father figure, like I said, is very important. If you want to be a single mother, you can just try to, make provision of a father figure. Maybe if it's a friend or somebody that your child or your brother. Yeah, your brother. Your child should have somebody they can call my father. Even if it's a godfather, that father figure is very, very important. It's very, very important. So that is one of the challenges that children who are raised by single mothers face. Then another thing again, one I would say is an advantage. I don't really know whether there is advantage to that for the kids. Those kids, when they grow up with resilience. Like they are strong. They want to take up responsibility. They don't depend on anybody because of, especially if their mother is hardworking. They grow up to see their mother. They want to emulate their mother. Mm-hmm. So even when they enter marriage, and some of them may just decide that, okay, I'm not going to get married. I can do this on my own. Then that is it. Like you mentioned earlier too, for the mothers, I don't really know.
Let's not forget about social stigmatization. Like we mentioned earlier, this is not the normal thing. It's not a norm in our society. So people will start judging you based on like I said in the case of Chiki, a lot of people under the comment section, a lot of people we are just judging her. Why didn't you wait for a man to come before you get pregnant? Must you get pregnant outside wedlock and all that? So just be prepared because people will talk about you. Even in front of you, they will tell you must that kind of a thing. So you have to be prepared. Prepare your mind, because a lot of judgments are going to come from people. So that's another one for the women, the ladies involved.
Yeah, and there is this new trend. I think Stone Todike, even though Stone Todike did not become a single mother by choice, it was actually a circumstance, because she got divorced from her former husband before she became a single mother. But I don't know what you guys think about this idea of single mothers, trying to, play the role of the fathers more physically, not based on what you provide. Like some time ago, she went to the Father's Day. She went to the Father's Day dressed as a man.
She's calling herself king now. King Toto.
Dressed as a man. I don't know. As much as people bash that, but me, I have a problem with that. I don't know. Children, like I don't know what impression you're trying to give to your child. But me, I feel that if you are playing the role of a father and a mother, you don't necessarily need to dress like that particular gender to show that is the role you're playing. Because I believe that all these things have a way of messing with the child's brain. Tomorrow, the child will think it's okay to play dress up. He's a man, he will start dressing like a woman. Or she's a woman, she starts dressing like a man. That's it. Most of all those things that we tend to overlook has a way of coming out later to affect the kids, and you think it's all cruise until your son decides to dress like Bobrisky. Then it's all cruise, or decides to dress like James Brown while he's actually a man. It's all cruise. When your girl decides to dress like James Brown, even though she's a girl. So I just think that children are basically moved by what they see. So that is why you need to.
If you ask me, I think that someone like Tonto Dike, she's doing too much. I mean, it's not important. It's not necessary for her to dress up like a man, going for the Father's Day in school and all that. Even putting on mustache and everything. You don't need to do all that. But even if you are a single mother, and if need be that you should attend, you can attend just like a woman. All they know is that you are the only person present, you are the only parent that child has. But for you to dress and start calling yourself king and prince and all that, not me, I don't fancy that one. I don't think it's necessary, because at the same time you are confusing your child. Because I mean, your child, they will even start making jest of the child at school. No. Because this is your mom, she will come for Mother's Day, and then are you coming from a family of jokers, or is she a clown? That kind of a thing. So I don't think it's necessary. But where you are doing the job and doing it perfectly well is when you are shouldering all the responsibilities, both as a mother and as a father. And then, like she mentioned earlier, if there are some cases where you have a stubborn child and you actually need a male figure.
You have brothers.
That's what I'm saying, a male figure that you can invite your brother. If peradventure you still don't have a brother, you have probably a colleague
or somebody.
That you are close to, that you can be inviting once in a while to help talk to the child. Let them become friends, and then he will help the child to grow up better.
And one thing I want to say is that, if you decide to be a single mother, I think there is a need for the child to have a proper education, like explaining to the child some of the reasons why you made your decision, so that when that child grow up, they won't enter maybe relationship, or maybe do the same thing with the wrong intention. So it's better maybe you open up to the child. This is the reason. When the child grows up, this is the reason I did this, and these are the effects, so that it should be like it's a personal decision.
So it doesn't look like because you did it.
Exactly.
That is a very good idea. Or that's a very good school of thought, because they will see you, and my mother is a single mother, and they will now grow up. My mother
and some men, to tell you the truth, some men will look at that as a criteria before getting married to a lady. They'll be like, the mom, she's a product of a single mother. I'm not sure whether she's a wife material and all that. So I think you as a mother, it's necessary that you teach or you educate your child. These are the reasons why I did what I did. But you as a young girl, you have to make your own decision. This is not just the only way, but you have to make your own decision. If you happen to find the love of your life and you get married and start having your own kids, but if it turns out the same way with me, you can still have your own child out as a single mother. Okay.
But do you think that the society is very? Do you think the society is very discriminatory when it comes to the single? I'm not talking about general single mothers. I'm talking about these women that took a conscious decision to be single mothers by choice. Do you think the society is actually accepting and welcoming of them, or is the society so discriminatory against them?
Well, if you ask me, the only constant thing is in life is change. Some people are gradually beginning to accept it. But when we talk generally about the society, no, a lot of people are still kicking against it. But gradually, I think we are getting to that level where some people just look at it. Men, well, if you get the point. But it's still in progress, because truth be told, this is not the normal way where family are raised, where children are raised. But because of the kind of thing that we are seeing, or because of the circumstances surrounding the lady, she might just decide to do this, okay? So gradually, we'll still get there. But as it is right now, some people are still frowning at that kind of decision.
Okay, so at the end of the day, what's the consensus? Problematic, progressive? Before we go.
Okay, to me, if you ask me, I would say it's more progressive than problematic. Yeah, progressive for me, all true, but it becomes problematic when you as a lady, you cannot shoulder the responsibilities, and then you start looking for people that will help you to, take care of your kids. And again, or you start making your children or your child to believe that this is the only way you can do it, without you telling the person, these are the reasons why I did what I do. But if you want to go the other route, you are also free to do that.
Okay, well, for me, I feel it's more progressive. And I only feel it's problematic when the kids start becoming affected based on their emotional situation, based on if people start bullying them because they don't have fathers. So I only feel it's a problem when the kids start getting affected. But if you have taken the conscious decision to become a single mother by your own choice, I think it's your decision, and you should find a way to.
And when your kids are growing up, you should also teach them to become resilient and to defend themselves when they find themselves in
and
that kind of position.
And make them so that you didn't do
yes,
anything
wrong. Even if they bully them in school, make them to be the kind of people that can stand up for themselves and tell them, yeah, I have only my mom is present in my life, but she alone can shoulder all the responsibilities. So you don't need to bully me because I don't have a father. Mm-hmm.
It's progressive, if you ask me, because at the end, at least, the person did not just die like that. Maybe during old age, you did it because you need somebody to take good care of you. So when you are old, you have somebody that will help you.
Sure.
For me, it's progressive. It's really progressive, and it depends on. It depends on your reasons. We have considered it now, but I will marry, not like I won't marry, but it's progressive. It depends on your reasons. It depends on your reasons. Some person is because I don't want to do man. I don't want man wahala. So it depends on your reasons. Maybe, for instance, now you don't have a child and you're already, your age is already counting. You can adopt. Nobody will kill you, and society should accept it. Because things are changing, they should accept. Even our tariff self don't increase. So there's that's to do with this. Things are changing. Things are changing, so they should
change with it.
Everything is changing, okay. So that is.
Let's also don't forget that it has a way of having that stronger bond between the child and the mother. They grow up to be so fond of themselves as the father, mother and child. And also it helps them to mature quickly. I mean, you just have only your mother and you don't pressure her all the time for her to solve your problem. So you learn ways to start solving your problem as a child while growing up. So
I think even makes the child
advantages too.
It has a way of, like, the children will even appreciate the mother more, because imagine you are growing up seeing your mother doing everything.
Yeah, you remember that.
Like that Vikoka guy that sang Potakot.
Right, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. So remember that you said if you lie to them sometimes, they might grow up hating you when their father is still alive. But I feel that if they get to a certain age, you explain to them. Tell them the truth. If the father is still alive, tell them. If it's someone that actually did the mewume and you got pregnant, you tell them. If actually you went to the sperm bank to get the sperm, you still tell them. They will understand. Okay.
Well, I guess this is where we call it a day or Girls Aloud. But basically, for the conversation today, single motherhood by choice, progressive or problematic, we've been able to establish that it's two sides of a coin, that it can either be progressive or problematic. But at the end of the day, it's always encouraged that people should do what works for them, because what works for you might not be what will work for the next person. So basically, do what works for you and be happy. That's just it. Anything that makes you happy, do it. So plus, you're not hurting anybody in the process. Well, Girls Aloud makes a return next week at this time.